All right, now I kind of got an interesting story to talk about that I haven't been talking about because I thought this was just a broad that probably just ran off with some dude and shit like that. And I typically don't handle conversations and stories like that because, well, I'm just used to it. I'm just used to that kind of thing. But anyways, guys, what we're going to be talking about today is Hannah Kobayashi, I believe her name is. And this is a woman from Hawaii that came to the United States. She was on her way to New York, I believe. She ended up in California, and she ended up missing. And now, not just nobody knows where she is, but her father is actually dead. I'm JB Gunner. This is Crime Time. Let's get on into it. Let's do it.
Bring it back.
What's going on, everybody? As you guys know, I'm JB Gunner, and this is Crime Time. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic Monday and hopefully Thanksgiving week. Before we get into the story, I want to say thank you to everybody that supports the channel. Any of my channels, regardless of platform, regardless of method you choose, whether it's Cash App, Patreon, Venmo, PayPal. Truth is, guys, I couldn't do this each and every day as often as I do on all these channels for the last 18 years if it wasn't for you, the Gun Squad. Thank you so much. I love you, and I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday. If you too find my content valuable, feel free to hit the links down below. Support the channel. You also find the links to all my other content down there as well. By the way, I just want to say something real quick since one of y'all got mad. Yeah, I posted on the on my community tab that some babies are ugly. And some of y'all got triggered. How dare you say that, JB? You're going to hell. First of all, I want you to understand I'm ordained and I probably know more about the Bible than you. And I still don't believe in hell. Just going to throw this out here. If God is the greatest father ever, just saying, if God is the greatest father ever, why would he burn someone for eternity just because he didn't do exactly what he was supposed to do, even though you made it to where he was imperfect to begin with? Think about that. He's supposed to be the perfect father. You and I are not the perfect father, and we still would not put our children in the oven for eternity. I'm just going to throw that out there, but some of you guys said because I said babies, some babies are ugly, then that's, then I'm going to hell. Let me also say this. Newsflash to all of you. Stop posting your food videos, your ugly baby videos, and your kids' first day videos. That is some weird obsession that mothers have, and every single one of us hate your Facebook pictures when you do it. And that's the reality. Even other mothers hate it. I'm just being honest with you. And how do I know? Because the comments in my comment section on that post are all women saying they agree or laughing about it. Except for the one. But anyway. Sorry. Let's go ahead and get into the story. Speaking of ugly baby, no, actually, she's kind of hot. And she looks like a hiker. I love that shit. Anyways, Hannah Kobayashi. Listen. I initially didn't get into the story. All the true crimers jump on it. And a lot of times when these stories happen, it's just some broad ran off. I don't know. It was about a couple years ago we did it. We were started to do a story. And the chick had just ran off to California and was just out in the streets with her deadbeat fucking boyfriend. And look, it happens all the time. Bitches get dickmatized and then bitches act dickmatized. And there's been plenty of women in my life, to be perfectly honest, that's left their kids behind, their families behind, their husbands behind, all chasing dick or all chasing a new love, all chasing the new lust, all chasing the new thing that they get into. And I'm not saying men don't do it too, because there's also a story of a man that faked his own death in Wisconsin, I believe. No, it may have been Minnesota or some shit like that. But anyway, the dude faked his own death and ran to Europe and left his fucking family alone. And now, dummy, probably has charges when he comes back home. So I'm not saying it's all women. But that is the original reason why I did not cover this case. I tend to not jump on these cases day one because I like to get some shit in rather than just make content. So let's go ahead and get into this. Hannah Kobayashi. Now, this story kicked off about a week ago, I'd say. And Daily Mail says chilling final text of Hawaii woman, age 30, who vanished at LAX while headed on NYC bucket list trip. Now, I want to make something clear to you. I know what I just said made it sound like I let Hannah off the hook. No. She's still very much on the hook and being stigmatized, and I'm going to show you here in a minute. And that selfishness is what cost her father his life. I just want to make this very, very clear, and I know there's going to be a lot of people that have anger with me for saying so, but she's 30 years old. Granted, she has the right to chase dick all she wants, but I want you to understand the end result of this is she's still missing, and her father jumped to his death and committed suicide. All because this woman did a few things. Hold on, let's go ahead and get into this. Let's go ahead and take a look at the chilling final text of Hawaii woman who vanished at LAX. We'll do that here in a second. Headed on NYC bucket list. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. A Hawaiian family is desperately looking for their daughter who mysteriously went missing in Los Angeles as chilling texts reveal what may have happened. Hannah Kobayashi flew from her home in Maui on November 8th and was meant to arrive in New York City the next day. So this is a little bit, this is 2 weeks. But mother Brandy Yee and sister Sydney Kobayashi believe she vanished into thin air at Los Angeles International Airport and never boarded her connecting flight. Well, we got evidence of that. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the texts.
A local family is hoping for answers after their loved one went missing in California. Hannah Kobayashi flew out of Maui on her way to New York last Friday, but she never got a connecting flight in Los Angeles. Bryce Moore spoke to her mother and sister and has more.
Hannah Kobayashi sent her mom these handwritten notes with her plans for the Big Apple before she left Maui last Friday. She was supposed to arrive in New York on Saturday, but never confirmed she got there.
And then so I reached out to her and I'm like, hey, are you in New York yet? And she's like, no. And it was weird because the flight that she was supposed to go on had already flown.
Hannah's family and friends haven't heard from her since Monday when she sent these strange messages about having her identity and money stolen. Since then, her phone has been off, but her last pinned location was at the Los Angeles airport.
So I got tricked.
Very cryptic, or like it just was not her.
It says I got tricked into pretty much giving my money away to someone that I loved. Now, as this story goes on, you may say, well, somebody probably just had her phone. But not everything is a conspiracy. Not everything, and everybody, listen, the family is going to say this doesn't sound like her. Because every single family, every single mother is going to say the idea of their daughter running off to another, to another mainland to engage in some relationship, sexual, romantically, to just run off irresponsibly, a lot of people are going to say, well, that doesn't sound like my daughter. And judging by this image, I would assume that this woman is a hiker, an adventurer, and I actually look at things completely different. Because I'm a hiker and adventurer, I'm never in the same spot for more than 6 months to a year. I understand the way that is. Sometimes the excitement of starting new, of doing things different, of a new adventure is overwhelming. And so when I look at this woman, whereas her mother may say, that don't sound anything like her, I look at her and I say, actually, this one picture alone gives me cause to pause and makes me think that her final text where she's saying, I lost all my money to someone I loved, thought I loved, I actually think those texts are not, I think those are 100% her text. And there's reasons why I say this, and we'll talk about it in a minute. But it's easy for people to jump out and say, that don't sound like my baby.
Yeah, we share location. And we know her phone's off because it goes straight to voicemail. We've been trying to call, text. None of the texts are getting delivered. We can't locate her phone. Calls go straight to voicemail.
A missing persons report was filed in Los Angeles yesterday, and Hannah's family has also been in touch with Maui police, hoping a little awareness goes a long way.
Yeah.
We did everything that we could do, and they told us that it would have to take 48 hours before they could do anything because she's not elderly. She's not mentally off.
Man, they're all sexy as fuck.
she's not underage. I woke up last night crying, and this is like the sister.
Except for them eyebrows. I don't know why women do that drawing on the eyebrows thing and thinks that it's hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weird. Like, if you look at those two chicks right there. Come on, man.
Worst.
The drawn on eyebrows don't look good.
Maui police confirmed a report was filed with them last night, but it's outside of their jurisdiction. I'm still waiting to hear back from LAPD. Bryce Moore.
All right. So this is the initial story. That we got. Chilling vital footage of Hawaii woman in LA before she vanished without a trace. Let's take a look. Disturbing footage has emerged days after the Hawaiian woman went missing from Los Angeles while on her way to New York City. Kobayashi, we all know all this story. In a short clip obtained by Hawaii News Now, the young traveler was captured by a security camera disembarking the plane. In a separate YouTube video outside of an event in Los Angeles, Hannah can be seen wearing the same clothing that day. Her family was also revealed that Hannah's ex-boyfriend was also traveling on the same flight from Maui to LAX. But the duo did not sit together or speak on the flight after the former pair bought tickets before they broke up. Her father, Ryan Kobayashi, told the outlet that her former partner had boarded the connecting flight and reached New York. I think this, to me, sounds simple. I personally think this sounds, well, actually, it's not that simple. Like, I guarantee you most people that's probably in the true crime community is going to say, look, the ex-boyfriend obviously killed her in L.A. and then continued his flight to New York. He just did it before the connecting flight. And I guess that would all depend on how quick the connecting flight was. I am not willing to say that, and there's a reason why. Because there was footage way after this. The ex-boyfriend is apparently in New York cooperating with the police. So we'll get to all that as we go. But obviously it's cause to pause. Parts of the video also show Hannah outside of an event in Los Angeles. That looks to me like probably a Lakers game. That looks like LeBron James right there on the left. He also assured that her ex-boyfriend has been extremely responsive and cooperative with the investigation. A lot of worrying, a lot of confusion. Everything is just a blur, it seems, because I haven't slept well since I've heard the news, and I really don't know. It's just concerning. And let me just be honest. Anytime you go to California, you're risking shit like this. California is a liberal hellhole filled with nothing but crime. And so if any of you people are watching this and you're not from America, let me make this clear to you. You stay the fuck away from New York or California. California and New York are fucking crime-riddled, liberal sack of shit areas where literally they don't even have bonds for most of the crimes. And like literally it's ran by liberal, woke, DAs, judges, prosecutors, all of it. And so the criminals get a smack on the wrist and they're out everywhere. Whereas in conservative areas, they're harder on crime. You better not even have weed in motherfucking Georgia. Your ass going to jail. And I think that's just fine. Anyway, we're just trying to get us as much information as we can. The anonymous concerned companion said she received strange texts from Kobayashi's phone. Interesting. While Mother Brenda Yee and Sydney Kobayashi think Hannah left the airport and attended an event based on a series of texts suggesting she had a spiritual awakening and was headed back to the airport, a friend believes otherwise. The anonymous concerned companion said she received strange texts from Kobayashi's phone indicating that she may be in trouble. I got tricked pretty much into giving away all of my funds for someone I thought I loved, the message read. The family also noticed that the young artist's phone had been off since November 11th, and her last pinned location was at the airport. She heard from Hannah she was at LAX, and she said that she was scared, Yee said. We'll get into all the father and all that. So she said, now, chances are the person that tricked her of all of her, let me make something clear to you. No stranger is going to know she was with the ex-boyfriend. So let's just use some common sense. When she's talking about, I got tricked pretty much into giving away all my funds, she's either talking about the ex-boyfriend, which is likely. That's likely. Or she had someone else she was meeting in California. Do you see what I'm saying? Someone else she was meeting on the mainland. Maybe the ex-boyfriend didn't know nothing about. And so they didn't take the connecting flight. Maybe she didn't take that connecting flight because she went to go meet and go to the event with her spiritual awakening with someone completely else. I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. Sydney further added, she texted her that she was scared and she couldn't come back home or something. It was just really weird text. Both Hannah's mother and sister also believe the messages did not sound like her. Like I said earlier, they all said it. Yee remarked, yeah, we share a location, to which Sydney added, and we know her phone's off because it goes straight to voicemail. We've been trying to call and text. None of the texts are getting delivered. We can't locate her phone. So they filed a missing persons report. We pretty much all know that. Let's go ahead and listen to, no, we already saw that. So, recent photo from Hannah. They show her location. Last seen November 10th, but her phone went off November 11th. Remember that. Said we did everything we could do, and they told us it would have to take 48 hours before they could even do anything because she's not elderly, she's not mentally off, she's not underage. And that makes a lot of sense. You know, sometimes chicks just run off, try to go get some of that hot new dick. Missing Hawaii woman spotted in new troubles. Oh no, I think that's the surveillance footage, right? Okay, Kobayashi's final post was shared on the 11th of November, so this was the next day. It was understood she was attending an event in Los Angeles. So she just decided to stay. In the footage, it was evident that Hannah does not appear to be in good condition, and she is not alone. Here we go. Chilling footage appears to show the final known movements of a Hawaii moment. Kobayashi flew from her home in Maui via Los Angeles, blah, blah, blah. She was meant to board a connecting flight but never arrived. She was last seen on closed-circuit TV getting off her flight, but her distressed family claims she's since been seen on surveillance video 20 miles away from the airport in downtown LA. In the footage, it was evident that Hannah does not appear to be in good condition, and she is not alone. Notice that they did not say that she was with the ex-boyfriend. So who the fuck was Hannah with? Who the fuck was Hannah with? In my opinion, she went to go meet somebody. Said it's within the vicinity of Crypto Arena. It was taken on the evening of the 11th, 3 days after she arrived from Hawaii. Since when do connecting flights take 3 days? Do you see what I'm saying? She purposely skipped the flight to go probably diddle someone else. More than likely, this was her plan all along, and she probably just didn't tell nobody. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know. I could be wrong. You guys tell me. Missing Hawaii woman Hannah Kobayashi's family reveals sinister proof she's been taken. Let's look at this shit. She never boarded her connecting flight and has not contacted her family in over a week, which is wildly out of character, they say. Now, Pigeon has revealed to the ABC News that the family fears that someone has taken her. The family received strange texts before she vanished. Among them was one that referred to someone as Hun, something Hannah would never say. I personally don't think that was my sister. Hannah's sister told CNN this morning she doesn't use the word hunt, love, and babe, but never hunt. Even her close friends have said the same. Yeah, but you never know. People change. I mean, it's easy to say, I mean, I understand the point. They go on to say, we're trying to stay positive. We are trying to keep our spirits up, but unfortunately, we cannot give too much information because we don't want to hinder any investigation. But we fear someone has taken her. Sydney said her sister is a free spirit, just like I said she was. Didn't I predict that earlier? But would never leave her family to worry like this intentionally. Bullshit. I'd said it in the beginning of this video. She was probably a free spirit type motherfucker based on that hiking photo, and I ended up being right. We're so close, and I've known her to always be grounded, and she's always had a calm and collective demeanor. Yes, she's a free and independent spirit, and she likes to travel. What did I say? What did I say? But she's never done anything like this on purpose. Pigeon said it was these text messages that sparked enough concern among Kobayashi's loved ones that they decided to reach out to the authorities in LA. Upon missing her flight to New York on the 8th, she left the airport and traveled into downtown LA. She was spotted at a bookstore in the Grove on November 9th, and then on November 10th was seen in the background of a YouTube video at a Nike event in the same location. Kobayashi shared a photograph to her Instagram from that Nike event. She was clearly there. Kobayashi then sent Venmo payments to two separate people. The family did not recognize either name. Told y'all. I told y'all. Didn't I? On November 11th, Kobayashi's mother, Brandy Yee, sent her a final message asking if she made it to New York. She responded saying, not yet. That same day, she texted a friend to say she was scared and had been scammed. Deep hackers wiped my identity, stole all my funds, and have had me on a mindfuck since Friday, one message said. I got tricked pretty much into giving away all my funds. Following by a message for someone I thought I loved. I've been on the streets, she added. Then on Sunday, her distressed family revealed there had been another development in the mystery. Said there was a surveillance video 20 miles away from the airport in LA. In the footage, it is evident that Hannah does not appear to be in good condition, and she is not alone. She was wearing the same clothes. Hannah, here. Hi, loves. I just finished a very intense spiritual awakening. I'm charging my phone and headed back to the airport to get to NYC. I might need some help getting there. It's a long story. I'll keep you posted. I think I still have my hotel room. She either got on drugs or got on the deck. Either way, it was something of that nature. You can't tell me it's not. You can't tell me it's not. And all this traffic bullshit. Nah, man. She ran away to see some dude probably, and and her dad is dead for this. Her dad is fucking dead for this, and we'll get to that here in just a second. We'll get to that shit in here in just a second. We'll get to all of this shit, but here, let's go and take a look at the story.
A woman missing from Hawaii has not been seen or heard from in nearly 2 weeks. Hannah Kobayashi's family says she was on her way to New York, but missed her connecting flight at LAX on November 8th. Since then, her family has received what they call troubling texts from Hannah, but now nothing. So adding to the mystery, police tell her family the 31-year-old has been spotted on surveillance video in downtown LA and was last seen at the metro stop about a block from where the Lakers play with an unidentified person. So that's where News Nation's Nancy Liu joins us live. Nancy, her family is really centering their search for Hannah around that arena.
That's right, Nicole. And her family tells me even more relatives have arrived in LA.
Goddamn coffee grounds in my drink.
For this afternoon outside Crypto.com arena. And I want to show you that is just steps away from the metro station where Hannah was seen on surveillance over a week ago now. And according to her aunt, who saw the unreleased footage from this area, Hannah is not alone in the video. She does not look well, and she's in the same clothing she was wearing when she arrived at LAX from Maui.
All that time later, still wearing the same clothing. and she's with another person, doesn't look well. Okay, you know what that tells me? Drugs. She got with some dude and they ended up on drugs in the middle of L.A. That's what happens in L.A. They're all crackies. They're all on that shit. Well, the minute somebody tells me they're from L.A., I'm like, oh. See, I could spit the coffee all over myself. Anyway, fuck it. But I'm telling you, you never know. When you're dickmatized, you'll do whatever. I drink a lot. There's bitches that don't drink at all, but the minute they get the dick, they're like, Pat, give me some of that drink. That could either be looked at as a good thing or bad thing. They're like, God damn, this dick drove me to drinking. That could be a good thing or bad thing. So I'm not saying neither or. I have no clue. But what I'm saying is, you know how it is. Women tend to follow their men. In my opinion, like if she met some dude and he's like, man, take some of that. Remember, she said she had a spiritual awakening. Sounds like some druggy shit to me.
On November 8th. Earlier sightings have been at the Grove Shopping Center, where Hannah last posted to Instagram from a Nike event on November 10th. In a video obtained by the family, Hannah is seen strolling through the event that day, wearing headphones, and relatives especially concerned over those text messages you just saw from Hannah's phone on November 11th, one stating, I got hacked, stripped of my identity, I can't fly, and another saying, I got tricked pretty much into giving away all my funds for someone I thought I loved. I've been on the streets. According to Hannah's aunt, the wording in the text is suspicious, and the phone has been off since November 11th. Now they're just fighting, fearing the worst.
Time is of the essence, and it's dwindling. So,
and it is. She's either lost and shermed out, doped out with some dude, or she's dead. But here's the reality. I feel like the fact that she didn't, and this is what's going to be more fucked up than ever. Her father is now dead, which we'll get into in a minute. If she's just off doping up with some dude, this is going to make shit even worse. It's one of the two. She's either often on drugs, having a spiritual awakening, like all these other libtards, or she's dead. So what happened is, but here's the thing. When all this happened, she should have immediately told her family, hey, this shit happened, I need to get home or whatever, right? The fact that she didn't said that she had some other shit up her sleeve. So then here she is all walking around LA, all this shit, with her new boyfriend or whoever that fucking dude was. And, well, maybe now she is dead. You get out there drugging with strangers in the streets, that is possible. It's a high-risk behavior.
We are terrified. We're thinking, now we're thinking of things like, was she abducted?
No, clearly not.
The word,
maybe.
I hate to say it, but the word trafficked.
No, that's just something that liberal women and people say. Nobody traffics women unless they choose. I'm serious, man. Nobody traffics women. Women sell pussy because women want to sell pussy. Children get trafficked. Grown women don't get trafficked. Okay? Grown women make decisions to sell pussy. I'm not saying that's what she did, but there is no such thing as trafficking grown women. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. It's just not acceptable. How do I know? Because that's how I was born. My whole life was being pimping and not pimping. Trust me, my daddy was, my mama was, my sister was. Trust me, I'm telling you, I know the game. From the streets of Chicago. You understand? I grew up in the game. People sell ass because they want to sell ass. A pimp is just there to guide you.
And back here live, you can see some of the posters and flyers that are just
kind of a management system. That's all a pimp is. It's a manager of your already fucked up business plan. Just be honest. That's all it is. That's all it is.
plastered throughout this area. And adding to the mystery here, this metro line, it does not.
Pimps don't choose women, and look. That's why there's kind of a saying in the pimp game: choose or lose, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, pimp doesn't choose you. You choose the pimp. You choose your management system. Hoes choose. The pimps don't choose. You see what I'm saying? You know the name of the game. Your bitch chose me. Remember that saying? Well, some of you may not because you're young and, you know. But it's the truth. Pimps don't choose. Hoes choose pimps. That's reality.
Go to LAX, you have to make a connection to another line in order to get out there, and that just leaves family to wonder why she was in this area. Did someone bring her here? Nicole?
Hate me all you want. Truth is truth.
So, Nancy, what are police saying?
Well, I just saw some detectives here a short time ago, and they formally got this case on November 12th when the family filed the missing person report, and they confirm an investigation is underway. But the surveillance video from this area, it's not been released. They're out here trying to look for more surveillance, and there's no hard evidence of a crime or foul play at this point, so the family feels
she's probably just somewhere she got to America's mainland and got turned out. That's what happened here. She got to America's mainland and got turned out. It happens, man. You choose, you lose sometimes. It's the way it works. That's what happens. Some people that's not from this area, you come to America, you get hit with love bombing and drugs and the big city and all this shit. And you're like, shit. And LA's a tough city. And New York's a tough city too. I wouldn't go to either one of them.
it's not a priority since Hannah is young, appears to have left LAX on her own accord to explore the city after missing that connection
clearly
to New York. Now, the family rally later outside Crypto.com arena. This is going to happen before the Lakers game tonight. So they're desperately hoping for new leads with high.
Remember, her boyfriend made the connecting flight, her ex-boyfriend. She purposely didn't get on that flight with him.
Awareness, but they're just desperate to find Hannah.
I wonder why.
We will find her. All right, Nancy, thank you. Thanks for watching.
I wonder why, man. Her boyfriend made that connecting flight. She wanted to explore L.A. Or she was going to meet someone in L.A. Kobayashi's last known moments as her family takes her search into her own hands. We already know about the cryptic messages. They say the LAPD didn't contact them for 10 days after they initially reported her missing, and that they are the ones having to drive the search. Their desperation has driven them to Hollywood mediums and internet web sleuth groups. Of course, the true crimers, the snack cakers of America. Jesus Christ. Tell you what, you're gonna leave these fat ass fucking snack cakers and the true crime channels alone. Just listen to me. She got turned out. Just being honest. She got turned out. She came out here, either got digmatized or turned out on drugs, and it either has cost her life or she's still somewhere being turned out. That's what happened here. Now you can believe all the true crime YouTubers as they fight for justice. No, see, I'm not like them. I'm saying your daughter made the choice, and your daughter's either here getting turned inside out, or unfortunately she might be deceased. It's one of the two. But it's kind of the way this shit works. So anyway, the family's here talking to Hollywood mediums and looking all over the place. So now Hannah's sister Sydney is sharing the list of every sighting they have on record. She landed at LAX airport at 9:53 and was seen escape. Well, we already know all this. November 9th, when she was spotted at the Grove Shopping Mall so she decided to go to the mall. She spent a considerable amount of time at a bookstore. November 10th, Kobayashi went back to the Grove. She appeared in the background of a video of a Nike event. Kobayashi also shared a post on Instagram from the event. She was next spotted talking to a ticketing agent at LAX around 5 p.m. November 11th, she was spotted boarding an LAX Metro C line at Aviation Century Station. She got on board at 9:02 p.m. before transferring to a different train at the Rosa Parks station. So she was riding the trains and shit. She was accompanied by someone for the duration of the journey. There you have it. She done bumped into someone, and she done bumped into somebody, and this is what she's decided to do. Her family was here, all of this, and she decided not to go back home. And of course, the surveillance video keeps the family feeling like they're extremely alarmed, and we'll get to the father here in just a second.
Developments, have you heard anything new from police?
No, today's been 12 days since we've last heard from her and since her phone has gone dead. And now it's just kind of a waiting game. The family did all they could to try to find, to try to do their own investigation, but now it's in the hands of the police and the investigators.
One thing I'm confused by is that she went back to the airport.
Right.
And was trying to, it sounds like, buy a ticket so she didn't have to be on standby. So if she went back to the airport, it sounds like she wanted to get to New York. So something, I guess, happened from the time after she went back to LAX. Is that right?
Yeah, so from what we can tell, and just to let you know, she landed at 9:53 p.m. On Friday, so it was late in the evening. So what we can tell is that she was on standby. The reason that she was going, out to the same place, the Grove, she must have been staying there somewhere around that area. She felt safe there. It's very touristy. And then she was at the airport speaking with an American Airlines agent, and she was like, "I want to get out of here." And that kind of lines up with the frustration via the text messages. And then, on the 11th, it was just the strangest text, the most bizarre text. It caused such alarm in the family before we even knew something was wrong. And then, through our investigation, we were made aware of video footage of her on the Metro late in the evening on the 11th and being, exiting the train at the Pico station at the Pico station at 10 p.m. is terrifying. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
There's no reason that Hannah would go there.
Unless she was lost and shermed out. Just hey. She got hooked on that shit, maybe.
Unless she was misled, unless she was forced to.
Oh, forced, of course.
Or, unfortunately, now we're thinking unless she was drugged.
Oh, yes. So you're saying someone drugged her against her will. Interesting. Because not your babies, of course not. Your sister, of course not. Not little Hannah Kobayashi. She's not gonna do no drugs or suck no dick, nothing like that. Of course not.
We obviously haven't been able to see the surveillance video. Police haven't released it. I'm just thinking all these places she was are the kinds of places there would be a lot of cameras. The subway station, the shopping center, the airport. Has the family been able to look at any of the video? Because, as a family member, you can tell if someone's acting strange or if something is up.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you, we don't want to hinder the investigation because it seems like the investigators are really starting to take us seriously now, which we are so grateful for. But what we can tell you is that it made us extremely alarmed. To the point where we started sounding the alarm as loud as...
When people are high on drugs, you could do that.
Loud as we could.
What, after seeing the video, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
After being made aware of the video.
I mean, everyone's been so focused on the investigation, but tell us a little bit about Hannah, because it sounds like she was
Okay. I'll listen.
really excited to get to
Hold
New
on.
York
We'll
because
listen
this
to it.
was
We'll hear this
a
out.
big deal job for her as a photographer, one of her first where she was going to make good money, it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to her a couple times that week, in depth about what she should bring, what she should wear, how was the weather in New York. That she called me up 2 weeks before that, and she's like, Auntie Ree, I got a press pass. I mean, that had been on her bucket list forever to get a paid, photography gig. She'd been working up to it for the past 5 years. And she had an itinerary that she sent her mom that was like detailed. It had, like whole agendas of where to eat, what museums to go to. She had a hotel room that she paid, a couple $1,000s that stayed empty the whole time.
Damn.
It doesn't.
Damn. Sounds to me like she got to California, had a Mr. Flight, met someone, did some partying, and it fucked up her whole life. Drugs can do that.
Doesn't sound like she would have wanted to miss that trip.
But keep in mind, she also said that she got tricked by someone she loved, thought she loved. A lot of times people don't tell people in their family, yo, I was on this dating site and I met somebody. You know what I mean? Because most people will try to talk, especially if you're like, when I fly to the United States, I'm going to meet this dude. Most people would be like, hey. Most people would try to stop their daughter from doing that, or their, niece or whatever.
Trip.
No, and that's, like there's so much speculation out there, where a lot of the times when you hear a story like this, like, well, maybe she wanted to run away, or maybe she wanted to, but what people don't realize is that she has, hundreds of friends.
No, everybody's got hundreds of friends on social media. We get it. And this is the problem. Families always say, not my family member. My family would never run away and do drugs or run away for some dick. They always say it. And they're all always wrong. I've been covering these cases enough.
That haven't heard from her either. No one has heard from her.
Right.
Not a single person has heard from her. And that is unlike Hannah.
Now, I'll agree with that. Now, that probably means she's dead. The question isn't whether she's dead or not to me, because I probably think she is. The question is what did she do to get herself in that situation? If you ask me, she went out to party and hang out, and that's why we're where we're at. I could be wrong, but hey, L.A. is not one of them cities you go just hang out and party in. You know what I mean? I'm 6'1", 300 pounds, and I ain't about to do it.
And it checks in, like I said, I speak to her 2 to 3 times a week, about music, about dancing, about, a sunset that she saw. She's just that person. She's so communicative.
Thanks for watching. Go to...
Man, sad story. And here's the icing on the cake. Horror, as father of missing Hannah Kobayashi is found dead at LAX after flying to LA to help find her when she disappeared 2 weeks ago. He knows some shit we don't know. He knows some shit we do not know. He jumped to his death from a parking garage near LAX. One of the last known locations visited by his 31-year-old daughter. Yo. Now the story intensifies, because if she did choose to do all this, you just cost your father his life.
We begin tonight with breaking news in the case of a missing woman from Maui who vanished at LAX, and a tragic development tonight, even as that woman remains missing. I'm Jory Rand.
I'm Michelle Fisher. There is still no sign of that young lady, but the search has taken a heartbreaking turn for her family. Police say that Hana Kobayashi's father, Ryan, was found dead early this morning in a parking lot near the airport. He had traveled to LA to help search for his missing daughter. The 30-year-old woman was on her way from Hawaii to New York City earlier this month when she failed to board her connecting flight. Initially, friends received some strange text messages, and Hana was spotted on LA Metro surveillance video. But her trail has gone cold for the last 2 weeks. The coroner's office has not released her father's.
I do feel for him. Which makes this even worse if she's still alive and she's just doing some foul shit.
Cause of death. A group aligned with her family says that Ryan may have taken his own life. Family members asking the public to remain focused on finding Hana.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown.
Like that honestly, that's just horrible, man. That's just...
This is a tragic update to a story we've been covering for more than a week. As the search continues for the missing woman from Maui, LAPD confirmed that her father died after jumping from a building near LAX this morning, which is less than a mile from where we're standing.
We'll find you, Hana. We'll find you. We'll bring you home.
Ryan Kobayashi making a promise to find his missing daughter, Hana Kobayashi. He spoke to NBC4 on Thursday near the Crypto.com arena, while volunteers helped the family pass out flyers for 30-year-old Hana.
Been missing for a week now? We're just trying to get our boots on the ground to find out what happened.
Ryan had recently flown in from Hawaii to meet family and friends in Los Angeles to help with the search. Hana landed at LAX from Maui on November 8th. She missed her connecting flight to New York and spent the weekend waiting for another flight. Her family says during that time she left the airport to visit the Grove and walk around LA. According to her family, she was last seen on surveillance footage exiting the metro at the Pico station near the Crypto.com arena on November 11th. Hana's family said they received strange messages from her that day, worried someone was trying to steal her identity and money, and that was the last time they heard from her, leading them to believe she may be in danger.
It's just a nightmare. Every parent's nightmare. You know, it's just crazy. We don't know where to start, where to begin, and it's like a grain of sand in the ocean. You know, it's anything. It could be anything possible.
Hana's father desperate for answers, but telling NBC4 he was hopeful. On Sunday morning around 4, LAPD says Ryan died after jumping off the 7th floor of a parking garage on Century Boulevard near Vicksburg Avenue. He was 58 years old.
Hana, please come home. Please just come home, you know. Please just give us a call. Reach out to anybody, you know.
Thanks, sir.
That's fucked. That's fucked up, man. And even worse is if she's alive. Like if she did make these decisions and is doing something like I suspect, she's the reason for her father's suicide, for his death. That's heartbreaking. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think happened to her? Let me know in the comments section. I'm JB Gunner. This is Crime Time. I will update you on this story. Was there a crime here? Or was this just a free spirit doing free spirit things that may have cost her father his life? I'm JB Gunner. I'll talk to you guys later. If you like what I do here, you find my content valuable, feel free to hit the links down below. Support the channel. See you guys next time.